Hey everybody, how we doing? We are going live for the 2013 Fleer Retro Marvel Precious Metal Gems PMG Blue BGS 8. And I'm making that announcement real quick on the front end for somebody that's not watching live. We're gonna try and I popped on a little early. We got 13 minutes until this thing pops, and let me pull it up. Boom. And let's see how we can make this better. Boom, there we go. Yes, there we go, even better. Look at that. I'm even smaller, everybody be happy. So, this is going to be a pretty epic auction. Viking, what's up, buddy? So, if everybody remembers, maybe a month ago or so, maybe a little longer, the BGS 9 went for $132,000. That was I can't remember if it was PWCC or Golden Auction, but this will be really interesting. Charles Fuchs, for Fuchs' sake, what's up? Super effing man, what's up, man? Good. I'm glad you guys are here. Appreciate it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun to see what happens with this. Um, the big news is going to be, if is this going to beat the BGS 9? Because it's funny, the more they get purchased, the rarer they get. That's the thing with cards like this. I'm bidding on that. Yeah, I'm gonna bump it up. I could put a $40,000 bid in, and I'm pretty sure I'd be safe on not having to buy it. Jaime, what's up? Any clue on where it ends? That's the question, really. Um, I'm guessing 100 grand. You guys put in the chat what you guys think. So the BGS 9 went for 132. That was the Aoki purchase. But he also, remember, he had a reason to do it because he had the BGS 9 green. So that's interesting to see. Retro, what's up, buddy? Good morning. Sheesh, yeah, he's in the UK, so let's see. It's like 5:45 in the morning for Retro. What's up, buddy? It's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Usually these things in the last few minutes, they pop like crazy. Let's see. Charles says 82. Effin Man says 85. Jaime's at 95. Charles says $1 million. um, I think 100. I think 100 is reasonable, because they're getting rarer. That's going to get closer to the 9 because there's less and less of these. It's not like you're going to see. I mean, how many BGS or how many blue slabbed 2013 Flair Retro Spideys are you going to see, period? Let alone in a good grade. So I wouldn't doubt 100 grand. And that's the thing, retro. As Charles got one, yeah, he's probably got he's got a PSA 9. No, I don't know. Oh goodness. All right. So Vikings throwing some equations at us. And I think he's looking at the subgrades, which centering is 8, edges are 8.5, corners are 8, and surface is 9.5. So the surface is really bringing it up. Yeah, surface 9.5 surface. Wow, right. So surface is bringing this thing up a lot on as far as the overall grade goes. But regardless of that, um, it's still slabbed, and you can't really argue with it. I mean, it is what it is. I don't think somebody would crack this and send it to PSA to try and get a PSA 8. But centering, I mean, if you look at the centering, if you look at the left of the M and the right of the L, it's pretty well centered left to right, top to bottom. It might be a little top to bottom heavy. So if you look at the top of the Precious and the bottom of the Spider-Man, that's a little off, which is probably the centering issue that they're giving it. Edges, we from here, it's kind of really tough to see. Corners, I can see some white in the top right, and maybe the bottom left. And then surface, you can't really tell from here, but they're going to a 9.5 surface. That's really great. Surfer, what's up, man? Good to see you. Blue is still a color match. Yeah. Well, red or blue, they're both color matches with Spidey, right? That's kind of the reason that I like PSA slabs for any Spider-Man is because you got a red PSA slab. The slab itself color matches. Barrier, what's up, man? Yeah, no, he says 99. I said 100 as well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. The news really here would be is if it beat the BGS 9 because they're getting rarer and rarer. So I mean, yes, there's 50. 49 or 50. I think it's 50. Actually, let's look at the other picture. It is yeah, 50. All right. So out of 50, we know the BGS 9 is gone. This is another one that's slabbed. I haven't tried to keep track of every single one of these that's been slabbed, but if I had one of these, I would slab it no matter what the condition, even if it was a 6. Marvel Madness, what up? Josh says 123 grand. That's his prediction. That would be interesting. So the only thing that I would say is the BGS 9 that Aoki bought was 132K, and that was with buyer's premium. So a little bit different. You're still going to pay fees here, obviously. That's the thing. Like you're going to pay fees as a seller here. You're not going to be paying fees other than taxes as the buyer, and then shipping. They're going to want to, it says $50 shipping expedited. I would imagine that that's going to be insured. Although if I was the person purchasing this card, it wouldn't be getting shipped anywhere. I'd be flying to you in New Jersey at the Probstein office and picking it up in hand. Jordan, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Let's see. Even though that last green technically wasn't color matched, the green was absolutely no. I love the greens. Green's my favorite color, but that's a side note. Retro 85. Yeah, that's a pretty good guess. Pre-order. That was pre-other high golden sale. That's true. That is true. When Aoki bought that one at 132, that was before all these other crazy sales have been going off, and there are less of them in the out there to be had. So, um, do you not get cheap fees on eBay US? We get £1 fees every few weeks. I don't really understand that retro cheap fee. I think it's well, as a buyer, you're not really paying a fee to eBay. You're paying taxes and shipping. The seller is getting whacked for the fees, whereas on the auctions, the buyer is paying the fees. There's a buyer premium that gets added to it. So that's what makes me curious about the Aoki buy at 132 grand. The 132 included the buyer's premium. Well, the buyer doesn't have a buyer's premium on eBay. The seller does. So that's what's making me say, okay, well, does this go above the 132K because this buyer isn't paying it? The seller is, as far as the fees go. That's kind of my curiosity here. But regardless, purchase price is the purchase price. As far as what we're going to see as far as the bid goes. So we got a little over 5 minutes left. So I mean, if you think about it, in a vacuum, this should be about 100 grand, but there's so many moving parts as far as there's less in the wild. We've seen comps. It's going to be interesting to see what this does. Retro, what do you got? As a seller, rather than 10 to 12%, we offer $1 fee. I sell all my Pokemon through it. Interesting. I don't know about that, so I can't really speak to it. So, but that's cool, man. That's awesome. Dave, I think Golden would get a higher final total with all the extensions. That's true. And that's one of the things that I even said this in our group chat. Like if I had a card like this, there is no way in the world that I'd be selling it on eBay. And not that I have anything against eBay. I love eBay. I buy it. I mean, if you saw my mail day video today, my gosh, I had packages to the roof. But if I had a card like this, I wouldn't be selling it on eBay. It would it'd definitely be with an auction house to go to the extended bidding. You're not going to have the thing that we're going to see in 4 minutes when this thing pops and goes nuts. Um, and then who knows? I'd feel more secure with an auction house as far as this goes. Thoughts on BGS versus B in terms of value for PMGs? PSA, it is what it is. I mean, you can fight it all you want, but as far as resale value, PSA is going to be over BGS, and then probably SGC after that. Absolutely, yeah. Let's see. Wouldn't do eBay. Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. What's my first name? My first name is Kent. I have a DC name and I'm a Marvel guy. It's funny, right? eBay 12.9% on total amount of sale up to 7,500 calculated per item, 2.35 over seller. Okay, well, that's fair. I mean, I haven't looked into that, so that I mean, I don't pay that much attention to it. I sell some stuff on eBay. I'm mostly a buyer. So I can say hello properly. Thanks, Corey. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kent. Golden charges 5%. I inquired today for some big cards I have. Retro, I might be doing the same thing pretty soon. Love the VIG today. Bangers galore. Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. SGC, this looks a lot of people say that. The black does look cool. Some people think it looks cheap, but you know, I have SGC slabs. I'm also going to be cracking some SGC slabs. That's a video coming up soon. I think the PSA is toughest of all the companies on PMGs. That's not really true, Bay Area. They all and Neo put out a really good video on this as far as grading in general, but they all pretty much do the same thing. They just have different grading processes that they can put different things in different buckets to allow them to grade differently. They're all pretty equal, to be honest. But as far as what you're going to get for resale, PSA really is the highest value. What's Golden charge for fees? I think somebody answered that a minute ago. I don't know on the top of my head. I'm about to probably send some stuff to Golden soon, so you can easily send stuff to Golden. Yes. Would you cross this over to PSA? Not at this. Not if it's $100,000 card. I probably wouldn't. People are going to look at this as a BGS 8 and think PSA 8. Even though a PSA 8 would probably do a little more than a BGS 8, at this level, I would not crack it. How can you crack a slab without damaging it? It's really simple, and I'm going to do a video probably tomorrow on cracking slabs. It's very, very easy. It's not difficult at all, and it does not damage the cards. Let's see. Can you show how to crack slabs on that? Yes, I will. I'm gonna. As a matter of fact, I use this tool. Let me drag this over real quick. Hang on. I use this tool, and all I do is I don't have a slab with me, but all I do basically is just you crack the corner. Just you basically chip the corner off. You got a slab, so it's up here. So you chip the corner off, and then I just use a paring knife, and you just crack open the seal, and it's really easy. It pops open. It's really not difficult. It's a lot easier than people think. I mean, it seems like it's scary, but it's really not. It just kind of gives you a slightly higher grade and effect, as there are two types of correct. That's correct. They've got all these different with the subgrades. You got minimum, min gems, and you have mint gems or gem mints. So it just depends on what you have. Corey, no problem. 1 minute left. All right, so let's get this thing back up. Hang on. Boop. Boop. Here we go. I'm gonna put me back down here. All right. And 54. Wow, 54,000. 54,845. It popped at the last minute, but only 54,845. So if you think about that, thank you for reminding me. I was talking. Wow. All right. So 50. Let's call it 55. 55,000. BGS and I did 132. I think people are. That's a pretty big disparity. That's a pretty big delta. So that then begs the difference of, is it because it's an 8 BGS 8, and what would a PSA 8 do? I don't know. We were totally wrong. Yeah, I agree with you, Jaime. Um, SGC, they grade the same. It's just a different grading system. It's really hard to get a a SGC 10. 9.5s are kind of like PSA 10s or 9.5s. So 800 or 82 bids, 24 bidders. Yeah. Um, Interesting. 55,000. Monday is a bad day to end an auction. I would agree with you there. Um, Midnight on a Monday. Yeah, I would probably agree with you. I always try to end my auctions on Sunday around 9 p.m. Eastern, which is at 6 p.m. Pacific. You're going to have the most people looking at it. So I would agree with you. People spent their tax money or return wasn't high enough to bid. Yeah. I don't know if people that are making this kind of money can bid on that. They don't have tax money coming back. They're paying taxes. They're not getting refunds to buy a blue Spidey 2013 Metro. But that was really cool. For 55,000, I got to really digest that. That's low. But again, I'm wondering this is where it's really tough as far as apples to apples. What would a PSA 8 do? Would a PSA 8 go to 75? Because the subgrades, the thing about this card was the subgrades. The only thing that brought the subgrades up to an 8 was the surface was a 9.5. Everything else was kind of wonky. So I mean, if you really think about it, if you pulled that surface subgrade out, this card's not an 8. You know, that 9.5 was bringing it up. But yeah, I agree with you, Bay Area. Bad time and wrong platform. Trifecta bad selling. I agree. I think this should have been on an auction house with extended bidding. I agree with you. Everyone saw the Marvel Guardians Nets class. And the market's crashing. Yeah, I don't think so, but that's funny. They probably kept the B in the BGS holder because of the 9.5 surface. Well, I don't know, because somebody else is going to look at that and still see the surface is good. They kept it in the BGS holder because they don't want to crack $100,000 card, and it ended up being 54. So whatever. That level card, I don't think. I think think Golden Ole. I'd think Golden Ole. Yeah, I agree. Or ComC. No, not ComC. ComC was just going to be putting it on eBay, but Golden or PWCC for sure. It is still subjective. You're correct. But that was a lot of fun, you guys. I appreciate you guys popping in here and watching this. I wanted to do it tonight because I'm gonna be sleeping when people start watching these things. So I'm going to bed here in a minute. At 55K, worth it to crack and send a PSA. You know what? It's so hard to say. I mean, what if you crack it and send it to PSA and it comes back a 7? Then what do you do? I would imagine it would come back the same, but yeah, you never know. Hey, Noiser, I appreciate you guys being here, man. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to be watching this thing anyways. I'd rather be watching it with you guys and chatting about it. It's really cool. Definitely a nice card. Viking, it's an awesome card. I mean, it's a Grail card. It's literally a Grail card. The first PMG, it's a blue of Spidey. I mean, come on, that's a Grail card. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys hanging with me. It was awesome, and we'll see. By the way, I have an amazing thing coming. I don't know if you guys saw my mail day video, but I picked up this. Let me pop this over real quick. I did pick up the 2020 Masterpieces box, one of the last ones in existence that you can find under $1,000, and I've got a really big one coming this week. It's going to be ridiculous. So, thanks you guys for chilling. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot. See y'all.